everybody, and welcome back to the UGAsports.com quick take. It's been a minute, but now that the season is going, we will be doing these once again. My name is Jason Butt here hosting this quick take. It's just a couple minutes of something to talk about regarding UGA to get your morning, get your day started. And I think this is one for me that I've been thinking about quite a bit over the long Labor Day weekend, which I hope everybody who was able to take the day off was able to have a nice, relaxing Labor Day weekend, and get some fun time with the family on Monday and everything. But thinking about Georgia's 48-7 win over Tennessee Martin, I just kept coming back to the expectations of this program, because I think, like a lot of you out there, and people can say whatever they want to after this game, because there's no doubt in my mind that every single person who follows Georgia, who roots for Georgia, or who has friends who root for Georgia, or you're just a regular college football fan, when they started Saturday, they thought, okay, Georgia, Tennessee Martin, Georgia's going to crush. It's going to be a very easy game. It's going to be in and out. Not much to do. Georgia's going to get up by 28-35 in the first half. You kind of saw what Ole Miss and Oregon did. Maybe not to that degree, just because that's not necessarily the style that Georgia plays with, but that Georgia would do something similar, get out to a big lead and coast from there. And that just didn't happen. You're talking about, early into the second quarter, Georgia's only up 7-0. It's only 17-0 at the half. And that was because of kind of a fiasco there at the end, where it should have been 21, but Carson Beck comes up to the line and they inexplicably run the ball without a timeout, and they get stuffed for a 2-yard loss. So it lends this question, which I've been thinking about all weekend, and it's what are the appropriate expectations to place on this Georgia team? I mean, we're talking about a program that is at the peak of college football, two straight national champion here, going for a third. A lot of people are talking about the three-peat. It's a big talking point nationally. Minnesota is the last team to do this in the modern era, and that was back in 1936. So, there's going to be a lot of pressure that comes with it. But one thing that maybe went overlooked coming in is just the turnover at certain positions. I think a lot of us just thought Carson Beck would step in for Stetson Bennett, no problem. Losing A.D. Mitchell, not having him back as a number one option doesn't, when healthy, of course, because last year dealt with those injuries. Still, no problem. They'll just plug in Dominique Lovett. Running back, losing Kenny McIntosh, not having Branson Robinson to open the year, no problem. And quite honestly, offensively, you saw some of those issues. You saw Carson Beck struggle a little bit, whether it was nerves. Although I thought he played a fine game. I didn't understand the criticism. That might be something we talk about later this week. I really didn't understand the criticism from a lot of people. I thought he had a fine game. Yes, he missed some throws. Did not think he played bad. I thought he played within the game plan. Did enough. I mean, early on, yes, did he check the ball down? Played it safe. Did not play scared. I want to definitely say there's a distinction between safe and scared. I thought he had a good game. I mean, then you look at the numbers: 294 and a touchdown, the rushing touchdown as well. Thought, I'm not saying anything there, but yes, you saw the nerves maybe a little bit in the early going. Running game, you had the two big plays from Milton and Robinson. Really didn't have much going else. It seemed like Tennessee Martin did want to take that away, but you're Georgia. You should be able to handle that even if they do stack the box. So it gets back to it. I want to read this quote from Kirby Smart real quick, and then I will give my opinion, and then we'll get out of here. Kirby said, "Everybody thinks you're just going to walk out and roll over these teams. That's it'll be 40-0 by halftime. And then it's not. You get tighter. You guys get worried. I'm over that. I'm past those days. I want to grow and get better. It's not about who we play." Now, I think that last part is really what you should think hard about when it comes to what Kirby said, because he's not trying. He's taking it away from, we didn't play good against that team. They just didn't play good, period, offensively for 2.5 quarters. It's not about who we play. To me, And I think you're going to see that moving forward this week, especially reports coming out of practice. I guarantee you he's going to be on these guys offensively in practice for how they played. The hunger. Remember, going into the fourth quarter on the broadcast, he was saying, I want to see hunger. I want to see competition. I want to see drive, all those things. That didn't seem to be there. This was Kent State last year, somewhat Georgia Tech last year. And against Tennessee Martin, yeah, it's going to maybe irritate the fan base who was looking for a major statement to say, hey, Georgia's still the top dog in the country. They ran away with the score, in the end, so it's not going to matter. But, all things said, for 2.5 quarters, that didn't look like the number one team in the country, if we're being honest with ourselves. I know a lot of people will say, well, they pulled away. They look great. They were explosive at the end. I think here's the thing. You play a full 4 quarters. If they play that way against a good team, they don't come out victorious. They get beat up early and they're in catch-up mode. Now, that said, I don't think Georgia plays down to the, that level that they're going up against, even South Carolina for that matter, even Vanderbilt for that matter. If it's a conference game, Georgia's not going to take those lightly. You're not going to see the level of lackadaisical or just the effort be the way it was at times, especially early. So, I think that's something to consider. There is a track record with Georgia doing that in these games. But let's get back to the point. I know I just went on for 6 minutes. Expectations. They should still be as high as they were going into this game. I don't care. They have amassed so much recruiting talent. When you are 2-time defending national champions, you deserve all the scrutiny that comes with it, and you should relish and love it. I think for fans who were irritated, I think it's a good thing you were irritated by that. It means your program is here. It's not the days of, oh my gosh, we're going to lose 2 games, blah, blah, blah. No, you're still at the top. You're nitpicking. Nitpicking can be a good thing, actually. It means that you have arrived, and Georgia's more than arrived. They are the team everybody's trying to beat. They're the ones with the target on its back. I think that if you're Georgia, you're sitting there thinking, okay, we played not so good, still won 48-7, got Ball State, South Carolina next. Schedule shapes out very nice for this team over the first half of the season. You got to feel good about where things are, despite the first 2.5 quarters. Expectations deserve to still be through the roof. Nothing short of 12-0. Have to get to Atlanta to play the SEC West winner in the winter. And that is the expectation that I think should still be present. It's not you can be upset at how they performed, and you can still believe that this is the best team in the country. I don't think that they have a performance like this against teams of better quality starting this week against Ball State. And with that in mind, I will leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't, please like and subscribe to this channel. We will greatly appreciate it. I have, it's been a long layoff from the Quick Take, but with the season back, we're so happy to be back. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys have been awesome. I've been Jason Butt. Y'all take care.